Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Got to get to the 8. He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and goes diving toward the end zone. Touchdown! Beck steps up, delivers downfield, intercepted! Jamari Sharp makes the pick that will clinch Indiana's first national championship.
Hey, welcome back. Well, welcome us back. We're back. Seth's here. Seth, what's up, Seth?
I don't know. Seth? I feel like I'm being tricked.
You're not being tricked.
This is a trap.
And no. And Brandon, who's Brandon? Brandon Dubich. Where is Brandon Dubich? Huh? Oh, come here. Brandon's here. What's up, Brandon?
Oh, hey guys. What's up?
Why did you cross your arms when I put my arm around you? That was weird. All right. What's up? Yeah, we're here to do stupid things and talk stupid stuff, and then we're going to talk some fun stuff. Spring cleaning is what I named the episode. I don't know, because it's May, the middle of May. Whole lot of nothing going on except for a giant bomb got dropped on us about an hour ago, which I guess will fit into the rundown. Maybe we'll start with it. And then we'll go through some other stuff. We'll lightly talk about some of the White House stuff and the football team.
I can't wait.
White House.
I can't wait to make you too uncomfortable. Yes.
And then we'll talk what these two had gone on and on and on, but for hundreds of text messages about a potential playoff expansion. We'll do some check-ins on the way too early top 25 polls that have come out here recently, see where IU's at. We'll hit a sensitive subject with both of these fellas about Friday Night Lights in the Big Ten. And then we'll wrap it up with Rando Sack and then the premiere of what we're just brainstorming, right? Throwing darts at names at this point, but we're calling it Stump the Seth, where we just have random, stupid sports trivia for Seth to see if he can get it. And then we'll get out of here. So, all right, Brandon. No, before we get to the uncomfortable part, the bomb that got dropped. Steve Wiltfong, what is he on 24/7? Like the director, right, of recruiting? Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Drops the, what did he call it? He calls it a
Wong bomb.
A Fong bomb, a Wong bomb. Yeah. And so that is for Munch and Sales. And it's a crystal ball to IU. The number one overall rated wide receiver, the guy that Brandon had been telling you guys for months, we've got no shot.
No shot.
And Seth and I have been on the other side of the fence. Seth riding it a little bit more than me, but
hearing whispers.
Yes. And right now, again, if you want to get excited 7 months before signing day, it's time to be excited because the first 5-star wide receiver, number one wide receiver in the country is apparently coming. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Again, temper expectations, but be excited for at least a little bit until we get closer to actual signing day and see how it all shakes out. But all right, anything else you guys want to add on that before we move on to what we had done on the original rundown?
So a little bit, maybe not so much on that, but just someone had commented on Pigs 24/7. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe it. But they asked Matt Weaver, seems like we're getting a ton of visitors. Doesn't seem like we're getting a ton of commits. And his words, Matt's words were, there's not that many spots available. Like the idea is to only take about 17 to 20. And when you're taking that few of guys, you have the opportunity to get your guys. And the original poster wasn't wrong. I mean, if you looked at these visitor lists, they're insane. And they seem like a million kids. But ultimately, Matt said, don't worry. They're in a good spot with a lot of them. And also it's May. I mean, you started off the pod with it's May. Like, let's not get twisted about a signing day 7 months from now.
Exactly. That's the part I'm trying to wrestle with right now is how excited do you get about that news that the national recruiting director for 24/7 is putting his name on sales coming when you're legitimately, I think, a little bit less than 7 months away from that actually being something that would be official, right? So be excited. That's why I said be excited for a few minutes, maybe an hour, 2 hours, and then just try to temper your expectations a little bit. We'll see how it all plays out. There's a lot of time for a lot of tampering and money to be moved around. So, all right, let's get into
how we're going to get money. Can we talk about how we're going to get money?
Jesus, what a transition.
Yes.
I don't want to, but if you want to, I guess we can.
Yes.
Let's talk about IU visiting the White House and what, if you guys didn't get my original intro hint at what that was and that mocking of whatever happened when Curt Cignetti finally got introduced, that all kind of went down. So, Brandon, this is kind of your segment. I'll let you do it. Do your thing.
All right. First off, this segment will be apolitical. And I'm not have any conversations on whether IU should have went or IU shouldn't have went. What we know is IU went to the White House, and what we got was incredible content. And what I took out of it was Scott Dolson and Curt Cignetti get it. They get it. They had words that they wanted to use during the presentation. They said NIL. They said NFL draft. They literally, I could see the words that they said that they are now going to put into recruit messages, right? So whether you agree with who is currently in the White House or not, throw that all aside, because all I saw is how they are going to use this opportunity as a platform to continue to grow the program. And it doesn't matter if red, blue, purple, white Hardy is in the White House. Though these is what's going to matter when you're talking to parents in their house, when you're sending mail to a recruit's house, when you're putting out stuff on social media. Like, that's why I loved this so much. And also, it was hilarious. Sig dropping a Roll Tide, right? Sig asking Trump that he could keep the trophy if he donated to NIL. That was hilarious. Like, I don't know about you two. I don't know about our listeners, but I watch Saturday Night Reels. I don't think I've ever actually sat down to watch a Saturday Night Live in like 2 decades. But like, I watch the stuff on YouTube and social media. It almost seemed like a Saturday Night Live skit. And it was very, very funny. And I think very, very beneficial to the program. And another thing, I was listening to Rich Eisen, or Rich Eisen or Dan Patrick. I think it was Dan Patrick. And he just goes, did I hear that right? That Fernando Mendoza called Trump? Does Fernando Mendoza have Donald Trump's phone number? That certainly can't be right. But if Dan Patrick is sitting there making jokes about it, I promise you can, we all can. So I don't know. I enjoyed all the content came out of it. I think we will reap the benefits of it for months and years going forward. And ultimately what I got out of it was Scott and Sig get it. And Sig's a funny dude. Like what made me think about it was post game. I was like, well, I'm gonna drink a beer, and just all of those little one-liners he had. you're starting to see his personality come out more and more. And the dude just seems awesome. So I don't know if you two have any more on this subject. I know you two didn't even want to talk about it, but I had to. And there's my State of the Union address.
I'll say one thing and then I'll let Seth go because this is kind of his lane, right? The thing I've kind of come around to, again, opinion one way or the other of who's there and everything else in office, is when else do you get an opportunity to go to the White House, right? Mm-hmm. Like when you're 20, you're 19, 20, 21 years old. I mean, if they look back and they're like, oh, you know, it was a mistake to meet this person, or, you know, who knows, maybe they're going to say, oh, it was an honor to meet this person. Either way, they got to go to the White House and tour the White House, like go into crazy rooms in this incredible building, right? Which is, again, a once in a lifetime opportunity. And not only just do that in the White House, it was all for them, which I thought was cool. But Seth, I'll let you take it from there before I step in any more stuff.
Yeah, I am a fan of free trips. So by all means, young men, go get yourself a free meal, get yourself a free trip, spend a night in a nice hotel, you know, tour the town. By all means, I think it's absolutely something that can only be a positive as far as exposure goes. I know some people said some things that maybe we're a little dumb, but like for the most part, it's the exposure. We talk about transactional nature of things sometimes, and this is one of those situations where you get a platform, you better make the best out of your transaction for that platform. And I think IU managed to do that. I think the players, the coaches represented themselves very, very well for the most part. And I think that's exactly what you're trying to do is grow the brand. And again, right, left, right, wrong, indifferent. That's what they're doing, is they're using the opportunity to grow the brand and press the flesh and do all those things that Alabama's, Georgia's, LSU's, Ohio State, Michigan, everybody else who's won the championship has done this before. So they get to now etch themselves with those people, with those teams, with those programs of saying, hey, we're White House bound. It's once in a lifetime. It's free. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of LSU, since this past year will be compared, this past season, the 2025 Hoosiers will be compared to the 2019 LSU Tigers for years.
Yeah, they were doing it kind of during the season, right? At least during the playoff run, people were starting to drop some of that comparison. But yeah.
So speaking of White House, they both did a dance, and I'm gonna sound as boomer, dad, old. They did the GAT dance.
Get that GAT.
They did that, and I will say LSU did it much better. The LSU did it; they pulled it off.
When you lead with Carter Smith, then it's usually for that dance is probably not the best person we could have led with.
Wasn't LSU the one where they had like the student advisor lady do it too or something?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure I was remembering the right one.
I think they led with Joe Burrow, if I remember theirs
absolute
right.
Smoke.
So.
Yeah. I'm Joe Burrow, right? Yeah, that's
Joe
what I remembered.
Also not bad looking, I don't think.
Sure, no, great looking guy.
Yeah.
So again, for the people making that comparison, the only thing I can definitively say is they did the GAT dance better than IU did.
But they're not 16-0, or they weren't 16-0. So
They're not.
Yeah. Is that all the White House you want to talk about?
That's it. That's all I want to talk about. Let's get into playoff expansion. Okay.
I got to take back over the pod. All right, here we go. Playoff expansion. All right. So tell me if I'm wrong here. They do the annual coaches meeting, right? Where they bring up all this stuff and the coaches vote on things and they approve things or they don't approve things. Then it has to go through like another set through the conferences, maybe through the NCAA itself, whatever. Well, the coaches approved playoff expansion. Do you guys have anything to say on why they did that? How, if it was an overwhelming majority? But I shot it down, right? And I shot it down for one reason and one reason only, is because part of that agreement was you lose the conference championship games. They're gone. And whether I love the conference championship game or not, I loved last season's, the conferences lose a ton of money. I think I read something along the lines of like $1 billion, either, I'm assuming that's combined in the Power Four conferences. But what's your guys' opinion on it? What did you hear? What was it like? Was it an overwhelming majority voted yes? And then how many teams?
So I don't want to speak on that. What I think happens is conference championships will never go away for all the reasons you just said. What will go away is the non-conference.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe you get one game, and whether you want to play a blue blood or you want to play a nobody, that will be your choice on your one warm-up game that you want to do. Because usually Power Four programs lose money on the non-conference games.
The bye games, right?
Unless you're Purdue, who plays a Power Four team every time.
And a road G5 game too.
Yeah, like I don't. It's got to be monetary for why that poverty program does that. The peasants up there must need much more money than we do now that we have Trump NIL.
You focus on football. We got basketball. That was the split we agreed upon.
So yeah, I think Bragg, I think you're right. I think conference championships aren't going away, and they're especially not going away now that you don't play everybody. Because the chances of having a outright winner is not 100%. I think more often than not, you'll have tied for first place.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't no one gonna like that, right? Especially if you get like a 3-way tie. Well, they're gonna have 3 conference champions? I mean, what is this, soccer?
And none of those 3 teams played each other.
Right. So that's why I don't think the conference championship goes away. But I think the coaches want to condense the amount of calendar time. I think that's for sure. I think that was the thing that got lost in this shuffle was they want, and Seth Bragg I think they said they wanted it done by the second week of January.
I thought it was by the time the second semester starts.
Okay.
So I don't know what that date is, but yeah.
But yeah, it was certainly early January.
Yep.
Because they played the game the day before my birthday this year, January 19th. I'll never forget what day the Indiana Hoosiers won the championship because it was a day before my birthday. Bragg heard me say, they're going to win it for my birthday. They're going to win it for my birthday 4,000 times on Sunday and Monday. So they want to shorten the season. They want to make more money. I think that's also the big thing here is bowl games don't make money. College football playoff games make an insane amount of money. To me, I can't look like Bragg has on the outline. I don't normally say what he writes on the teleprompter, but he says good, bad. I don't think it's good or bad. It is money. It doesn't, the coaches, I don't think will ever tell you I like it or don't like it. What the coach is saying is, oh, we get more money. Sweet. Am I wrong with that take?
No, you're not. But I want to pivot because I think you're exactly right. So I want to go in 2 separate directions. One is they won't give the conference championship games up on the Power 5. I can see them doing that on the G5 because the last thing you want is the 22nd ranked Troy Trojans losing to an unranked App State team, and now the SoCon doesn't have a representative, or has their doesn't have a representative because they'd have a replacement, but doesn't have their premier team is now out of the tournament. So I think that if they do it, that might be the way where some conferences go, but I just think it's too much of a money
certainly maker. The G5 and lower don't make money on their conference championships. You walk the MAC championships in Detroit, and that place is like a quarter full.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be Western versus Central, and it would be half full.
I think I went there. I've only been there one time. It was when Ball State might have been undefeated with Nate Davis at quarterback. I went up there with a few friends. Dude, sparse. Like, it was Buffalo. I think it was Buffalo and Ball State. Buffalo ended up winning the game. But, dude, you're right. Nothing there. Like, half the concession stands aren't open. Like, it's wild.
And then the second point I want to make is I've been on the record that the FCS has done this the right way for a long time. And theirs is at 24. And they have a breadth of teams and regions and conferences, and they do it really well. I like how they pull the conference championships and the at-large teams. And that's 24 teams. And obviously, I think that's what they're going to here. The coaches have approved, I believe it's a 24-team format and very much similar. But here's what I want to say is of the, let's call it 40 roughly years, if you look at the seeding, number 1 seeds have won it 12 times. Number 2 seeds have won it 14 times. 3s, 4, 4s, 3, 5s, 2, 6, 1, 8, 2, and 1 11 seed. So nobody unseeded, nobody below that magical 12 cut line has ever really contended. So if we are getting that 13 through 24 teams that are coming in, I don't expect any of them to be potential national championships. It's all, or national champions, sorry. I expect it all to be filler and fluff, all about coaches trying to preserve their jobs, because there's a lot of colleges out there who would fire a coach for getting 13th. If they think they're a playoff team and they finish 13th, that's a fireable offense. There are now 12 more coaches in the country who don't have to worry about that. And that's sad. And that's the same thing with college basketball is the 8 teams that they're joining. They're not going to be contenders. It's literally just filling in spots so that more games can be played. But it's not consequential. It's not going to matter. Except for in the pocketbooks.
So what was the seed Ohio State was when they won it all?
Was it a 5?
I thought they were an 8.
So. I think it was. I think they were a 5. They were.
Producer Seth, look this up. I thought they were lower.
That's a tough one, right? Because what did they lose to that year? They lost to Oregon, and Michigan.
They lost to Michigan in the regular season, which kicked them.
Oh, they were 8.
Yeah.
So I think that debunks not everything you just said, but like, I definitely think that, you have a Power 4 team that lost their quarterback for a couple weeks. Now, will that happen? No, that'll happen 1 out of every 10 years, if that, right? Like, but I could see a team never. Let's just be honest. A group of 5 team is never going to win the national championship. Not 1,000 simulations will a group of 5 team ever win a national championship. But I could see a low team win it all. Absolutely. I don't think Notre Dame was that good the year they played, but they just got hot. They just got hot. Riley Leonard decided he could play quarterback. I unfortunately watched it with my eyes. That guy sucked all season and was carried by Love and Price and some good wide receivers. And then all of a sudden, Riley Leonard was like, holy cow, I finally know how to throw a ball. So I disagree with you there. I like taking it to 24. Why? Because I much prefer watching that than bowl games. Now, don't get me wrong.
No, that's a fair point. That is 100% fair point.
I bet and watch on the bowl games, but because I'm a fanatic, I'd much rather, because the bowl games, 30 to 50% of the roster don't play. If you were in a playoff, every single player is playing. No quarterback, wide receiver, defensive end is sitting out. If you're telling me you're going to get more quality football, give me 24. I do think that's the max that you can do. 36. We do a top 25, right? We don't do a top 40. So I think 24 makes sense. I'm all for it. I'm all for it because IU's going to keep being good. They're going to keep getting more money. SIG's only going to get better at this. I think this only benefits Indiana. So I'm for it. Let's do it.
So I want to do something real quick, and then we'll move on. AP top 25. And tell me how any of this makes sense if we do the top 24 teams. I'm going to give you some teams, and you tell me if they have any shot at winning a national championship last year. Utah.
Sorry, this was last year.
Last year.
No.
Utah. Vanderbilt.
No.
Virginia.
No.
Iowa.
No.
Michigan.
No.
Yes.
Houston.
No.
But if
No.
we sat here in May of 2025, Bryce Underwood could be the greatest freshman since so-and-so. Like
But he
have enough
wasn't.
5-star talent. But he wasn't. It didn't turn out to be, right? That didn't turn out to be true, right? But if you look at what's it called, like the blue chip formula, you need to have, and IU shattered that this year. But like national champions, you have to have this many blue chip guys, and you need to have this much production. I bet Michigan would have hit that quota. Now, Bryce Underwood was terrible, and Sharon Moore is an awful coach, and it blew up in their face, right? But if we would have sat here in May 14th, 2025, I could have talked myself into Michigan being a championship team.
The team ranked above them. USC, you would have thought USC could have won.
Yeah.
North Texas is 24.
No.
So, and TCU right behind him, Josh Hoover, finishing the year
no.
ranked.
No, because their coach is a joke.
Yeah, he is a joke. All right, let's move on. We'll see what happens.
We haven't said, so let's just go around the horn.
Oh, okay.
So again, this doesn't matter, but do you like it or not like it, Bragg?
I just want to stick with had what? How many years of 12? 2? Give me at least 5 years of 12 teams and see how that plays out.
Seth, what about you?
I think it's the right move. I think it's too soon. I hate to agree with Bragg, but I think you got to let it play out a little bit longer just so you can then healthfully say, all right, we gave it a shot. Now let's move. And
I want same thing as
without this, it's just so much obvious of a cash grab. It's like clearly there's no plan. It's just let's grab the cash. Everyone wants to give it to us.
It's more better football. Give me more better football.
more better.
I just think you have to better football, not more.
You have to think about that. I think it just needs to be similar to like what they did when they expanded the basketball tournament. They went a few years, right, with the new play-in games.
65, yeah.
And they did, that was the one. And then they did a few years now with 68. And then they're like, oh, this is kind of working. Let's go out. Yeah. So we'll see. They're like, man, we still can't get Indiana in the tournament. Maybe if we do 76 teams. All right. So we got everybody's opinion. Brandon's very in favor of it. I think we're all in favor of it. I just think let's not jump right into it, because then it does. I think I'm with you. It does seem like a major cash grab.
How is that a bad thing for IU? How is that?
It's more not money for IU, but I don't want to ruin the product of college football. It's amazing. And I just feel like the more money and the more power and the more everything else that keeps building into this is going to ruin the product.
Hold on.
This was on the Josh Pate show. Do you know how much Big Ten teams got paid this year? Do you know how much you got paid this year? Collective, whole conference.
$1 billion.
1.3 billion got spread amongst all the teams, not evenly. The Pac-12 guys did not get a full share. Love that. Love making them just seem like go sit at the kiddie table.
A hell of a lot better than Rutgers.
How much did the SEC get paid out?
1.5.
Actually barely $1 billion. It was like 989 million, right?
Nice.
That means, again, Seth math, the Big Ten got paid 30% more than the SEC. We're all in business. That's how you beat your opponent.
But here's the other side of business. You're the sales guy. You're the guy who's yes. Bragg and I, we're ops guys. We're the guys who are like, oh shit, what did he just sell? Oh my God. So we automatically go into the process. What's the process of this? And you're just like, I just want more. I want more. They're willing to buy it. I'm selling it to them. You're going to figure it out. And we're like, okay.
That's true. That's true. I'm a little bit on the sales side too, but I'm not, not that aggressive. All right.
What was that? It's always, I think it's not hidden gems, something with gems with Adam Sandler's like, this is how
Uncut.
you win.
Yeah.
Uncut gems. Yes. Like, this is how you win. Like, if we want to continue to bury the SEC, we beat them by $300 million in a calendar year.
That feels good.
Like,
that feels good.
It feels good, and it lifts the whole conference. Mostly just Ohio State, Michigan, and Ohio State. But,
those welfare programs like Maryland and Rutgers and Nebraska.
My God. Yeah.
Okay.
Nebraska
Anyway,
being a welfare program is amazing. All right. All right. This will be a little bit of a quick one, I think. So I pulled together some of the major way too early top 25s, right? And we wanted to see kind of where IU stood in those. These are all been updated this month or at the end of April. So they're fairly recent. Sports Illustrated has IU as 7th, ESPN 6th, CBS Sports 6th, USA Today 5th,
No.
Fox Sports 4th, and Fox College Football Guy, some guy named RJ Young. I don't know him. Brandon probably does. 1st. Who's right? I'm leaning RJ Young. It's right, but who's right? And what it doesn't mean anything. But just let's have some fun with it.
So for me, I don't know. I would have IU somewhere around 4th or 5th, right? Probably 4th. In my opinion, you got to bring the 3 teams that are bringing their quarterback back, right? So it's got to be Julian Sand in Ohio State, right? It's got to be Dante Moore and Oregon. Even though we beat the bejesus out of them twice, right? They're still bringing back their quarterback, right? So you got to give it to them. And then CJ Carr is coming back, right? In Notre Dame.
Whoa,
and they seemingly –
oh, my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Texas is there too. So that's where it goes like 4th, 5th, right? Like I think IU, because they have a new quarterback, they have to be behind the teams that are bringing quarterback continuity ahead of them. So, I read on Twitter and message like IU has to be number 1. They finished number 1. There's no reason they shouldn't be number 1. Like, no, we would be saying the same thing if we brought our quarterback back to a team that lost their Heisman winning quarterback. So, I think love RJ Young that he said 1st. I do think that 4th or 5th makes more sense. The only reason I didn't say Texas is didn't they go like 10-3 and were like not good? Like Arch Manning seemed to put it together at the end of the year. That's why I would put Oregon made the playoff. Notre Dame didn't. Ohio State made the playoff. I guess Notre Dame didn't make the playoff either, but
they will now.
I said they have a guaranteed spot this year, though.
It's so dumb. So anyway, I've already went on too long about it. I'd have them around 4th or 5th.
Yeah, I have them at 5th for the exact same reasons you just did. It's the people in the know, the people who have the pen. They always say that the quarterback and the coach combination returning is always the deferred. So that slots them in right at 5th. I like Archie. I think he's pretty good. But I think they're always going to overvalue Texas, just like they always overvalue Michigan. I saw, what was it? Penn State was in the top 25 in a preseason poll. The 4
They're going to be bad. They're going to be bad.
Like, you mean Iowa State East? That's all it is.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
And then Virginia Tech is Penn State South. Like, it's just like, I just don't get it necessarily.
Virginia Tech wins more games than Penn State this year.
Oh, hot take. Already.
I don't think you're wrong. So yeah, I think it's a little bit goofy. But I think 5's about where I'd put them at.
Yep. You guys are dumb. IU number 1.
Of course.
Duh. All right, let's take a break. How do we got 30 minutes out of that? I have no idea. We'll be back with another hot fire topic that's going to get Brandon and Seth all riled up, and I'm going to just love it. Is Big Ten Friday Night Lights, do some randos, sack, and then we'll have Stump the Seth. Be right back. What the hell is that? And we're back.
I think he's drinking his water.
Oh, well.
He's got those little bicycle bottles.
I'm not cutting that out. That's going to be awesome audio. Let's go. Here we go. How do I want to do this? I'm going to sit back and then, no, I'm going to give my opinions before you guys take them. Let's talk Big Ten Friday night football games. The schedule was announced last week, I believe. I'm not going to go through all of them, but IU is listed in that, which started quite the stir in the group chat, and a bunch of hate from these two. For me, I'm like indifferent. I don't care. It's going to be a 7:30 kickoff, 8:30 or 8 o'clock kickoff. Plenty of time to get down there, tailgate. Hell, take the day off work. And then you got all day Saturday to sit back and watch all the other football after you've already got a W under your belt, right? Here's where we could have it a lot worse, which is not on your guys' outline. Are you ready for this, gentlemen? On September 25th, and then the following week, October 2nd, Northwestern plays back-to-back Big Ten Friday night games at IU and then Penn State at home. The following 2 weeks feature the Washington Huskies on Friday night, both weeks, against Iowa and at Purdue. And then November 6th and 13th, Illinois goes back-to-back Friday nights, Nebraska and at UCLA. Now, there are 6 teams that don't play on Friday night, and of course, it's Ohio State, Michigan are 2 of them. Maryland, Rutgers, Minnesota, Wisconsin have 0 swag, and nobody cares. We could have it worse, guys. Now, go ahead. Rip into it.
Okay. First, I want to start, and I'm not a TV ratings genius, but it has to be worse. Like, I just was on my pedestal from the White House to NIL to playoff expansion saying money. Like, Friday nights is an absolute dump for TV ratings. So I don't get it on the money part. I'm a little bit old school, right? Friday night should be for high school games. I know Seth has more on that, so I'll skip to my next topic. Friday night should be for recruiting. Mm-hmm. Recruiting is a massive part of college football, and you can't recruit if you're coaching a game. And third is just selfish convenience. Is Bragg right? Yeah. I can stop working at 2 or 3 and go down to Bloomington. Sure. Do I want to do that? No, I don't want to do that. Right? I would prefer a Saturday. And Saturday at noon or 3:30. Preferably 3:30. But noon or 3:30 is perfect. So it doesn't make sense money-wise. It doesn't make sense for high school kids. Doesn't make sense for recruiting. And because the world revolves around Brandon, it doesn't make sense for me either. So screw Friday night games.
Yeah, as somebody who works a lot of IHSAA games, it's an absolute nightmare because that's what I'm doing. That's what I like to do. And it's like you said, it's not fair to the kids. Because the attention should be on them on Friday nights, and it's not fair to the recruiters who have to go or don't have the chance to go watch them because they have their main job they have to worry about. I think you're absolutely spot on there. And then I think the other thing is as Bragg was going through that laundry list of games, what was the one thing all of them had in common is I wouldn't watch them on a Saturday. So it's not like we're getting good games. These are JV B team football. This is not high quality stuff. This is not.
Stop. I'm going to stop you.
What?
You. You're wrong. And
How?
It's going to be elitist of me. It's going to be
How?
elitist of me. Listen.
You're going to watch. Oh, what was it? Oregon Rutgers or whatever the hell he was talking about?
I'm going to watch Oregon Rutgers over Wake Forest, Boston College. Put the peasant.
That's because you're not leaving the house.
Because we put the peasant conferences on Friday. ACC, I'm sorry. You stink.
Yeah.
You stink, ACC.
We're better than that. We are better than Friday night football. We don't have to slum. We don't have to do the Maction on Tuesday nights where that's the only way they're going to get
Correct.
eyeballs.
I would
You're the
100
goddamn Big Ten. Act like it.
I would 100% watch Maryland versus Penn State over Oklahoma State and
BYU. Yep.
BYU.
Yep. 100%.
Put the, and I don't hate this. I actually love it. The Saturdays are for the SEC and the Big Ten, baby.
That's
That
the
is
premier.
when the big boys play. You leave
Hey.
Friday night time slot for the ACC and the Big 12. Because guess what, TV networks? You're going to make more money on us on Saturdays.
Oh,
Don't
and that Mountain
be
West 11
stupid.
o'clock start.
Don't
Oh, yeah.
be stupid.
Give me San Jose State, Nevada at 11 o'clock. Yes.
Are you guys ready for this? In 2025, with their Friday night audience averaging 2.3 million viewers, up 6% from the previous year, the Big Ten. Record breaking last year. So they're not going to stop.
Of course not.
Because here's what the big brain people in the comments are going to say.
What are they going to put on TV that's going to compete? What's going to pull 2 million people on a Friday night
I
otherwise?
don't know. And the other thing is, you boomers, because I
You,
missed
you
a
know
lot
what
of the
will
stuff
you know
talked
what will
about.
put on Ohio State, Indiana 2025 Big Ten championship game. I bet
You're not
that
gonna get
does better than
2.3.
Penn State, Maryland. I guarantee
You don't think Penn
2025
State, Maryland.
there's
You
no
got good
way.
games. There's good games on there, on the slate.
Not really.
The really bad one is USC Fresno State. Like that one, that does deserve a Friday. I'll give you
Correct.
that.
If it's a non-conference game, like Indiana played Indiana State,
Mhm.
Idaho,
Yeah.
Western Kentucky on
Sure.
Fridays,
Sure.
perfectly okay with that. If the Big Ten wants to put non-conference games on Friday nights, A-okay with that. A-okay with non-conference games. You don't put the big boys on Friday. You just
Oh my God.
don't.
And you can tell they don't take it seriously either, because otherwise they would put Michigan and Ohio State and those teams in the Friday night game. They
But
don't
they
want them in
don't.
there. They don't.
The national champions are playing on a Friday night to open the Big Ten.
Well,
Like, I mean, it's out of IU's hands, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Which sucks. But at the same time, I think it's pretty cool at the end of November when the weather's going to be starting to turn and be awesome for Friday night football to open your Big Ten season at home under the lights against, knock on wood, all the wood that I can find, against a team that we should be heavy favorites against.
Aiden Chillis.
Who I saw ranked as low as like 14th in the Big Ten quarterback rankings. I think it's ideal for IU. Like even like just to sit here and think, like the students are like, dude, we get another day of partying. Friday night, we go to the
we're
football
better. We're
game. We
better
go
than
all
that.
day Saturday.
All I gotta
I
say
think
about that.
we're not.
Sorry.
Though. We've had two good solid seasons back to back. I don't think that we're. I see what you're saying. Never mind. Moving on. All right. Are you done?
yeah.
Are you done? You ready for some randos?
I am.
Drop them.
So, I think we're all degenerates. We all love gambling, but it kind of hit me today in a separate group chat. When's the last time you opened up a gambling app? For me, it's been weeks. I
Saturday
don't remember. You said, what did you bet on?
soccer.
Of course. He's the
That doesn't
worst.
count. It's not a
Three
real
of
sport.
us.
When's the last time
It
you
is a
bet on a
real
real
sport.
sport? Not a real sport.
Baseball.
National championship game.
Does baseball not count as a real sport? When the Cubs are good, it's a real sport.
Baseball's a real sport. Baseball's a real sport.
I bet on baseball on Saturday too.
I love that. You're a real degenerate betting May baseball. All I'm saying,
Nico's
it's
on
so
fire.
weird how like during football and college basketball, I bet I open my gambling app half a dozen times a day.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably on the low side,
Yep.
right? I had not, because it like says last time opened when you like open it up, and it had been since mid-April. since the last time I had opened DraftKings.
I forgot my password. I'm trying to log in right now.
That's
I got to
what
send
I
myself
mean.
a text message to.
So anyway, just somebody else brought that up in a different group chat. I was like, I have to talk to the boys about this because, like, yeah, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know what to gamble on. Like, I don't even.
No, I bet on the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. I normally do. I didn't this year.
I had a 4-pick parlay on the late first round. And
Oh,
if
you know why I
Emmanuel
didn't
McNeil
bet on
Warren
it?
had
Because
gone.
Bragg bet for me. Bragg, I still owe you $5.
You can keep it. It's all right.
And if
Okay.
Use it
D'Angelo
for-
Pons had gone in the first round, I would have gotten
Oh,
$1,400.
That was a heartbreaker, bro.
That was the bet we all made, but I didn't make it because I was in some state that didn't allow gambling.
Yeah.
I had a free $100 bet and was like, all right, who cares? Let's see how
Careful,
this
if DraftKings listens to this, they will kick both of us off the platform. They don't listen to it though, so we're okay.
So do we want to talk about the Pacers losing their pick? Like,
No. we don't.
goes.
people were losing their minds on Sunday, and like I knew the trade happened, but I didn't really like know about it until last Sunday when they obviously didn't get it. What a terrible trade! Like, he's generally a really, really good GM, right? Like, he's
Oh, yeah.
he's
He's one of the best.
he's fleeced. Horrible,
Mhm.
horrible
So-
trade.
In his
Yeah.
defense, I believe the odds were for the Pacers to get a 1 through 4 pick were like 52 or 58%.
You can't risk
You
that.
take listen. You take that risk because it's strong, right? You're the worst team, the worst record. You should have the best odds of everybody else. But they've changed that recently where to avoid, right, the whole tanking thing. And yes, the odds, I don't know, 5 years ago would have been much higher than what they were this year. He took a gamble, the gamble being either what is it, Patterson or Peterson or Diabate, that would have paired with Zubac, with Siakam, with Halliburton, with Nembhard. And that team is like automatic favorites to win the East.
Still have Toppin and
But
McConnell.
but then now
off.
it's just the risk he took. He did come out and publicly apologize to the fans, which was crazy. But I'm with you. It hurt bad.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's I don't know how you make that gamble. And I'm not saying they should have went out and got Zubac, right? But like, man, you can't. There had to be a way that you didn't lose the pick. I don't know enough about NBA trades and all. I just know you can trade picks like into like 2032.
Mhm.
There had to be a way to keep your pick. I just don't know how you risk that. I don't know how you
Well, they
risk that.
traded 2 first-round picks, I think, for him. I can't remember.
And Benedict
And-
Mathurin, right?
And
Right.
Matherin, yeah, which Matherin, he was never really going to fit in, but a good player. I mean, good player and a 5th pick.
I
It
just
sucks.
I think it's shocking that they avoided the Miles after avoiding the Miles Turner debacle. They
Mhm.
somehow, I don't know. Again, if that guy's still in Indy, I bet he doesn't shit the bed completely. But like, it's just there's so many things have happened in the last 12 months with the Pacers that have just been whiplash scenarios.
It's wild.
So
The
I
first
have
4
watched.
minutes of Game 7, like,
Jesus.
to this.
It seemed like a long road. Speaking of the NBA, I've watched some of the NBA playoffs,
Oh boy.
and there just seems to be no good teams in the East. Like, the East
Cleveland is
so
okay.
bad,
Yeah.
and everyone and you saw it happen with the Warriors, but it seemed like quicker with the Thunder. Everyone hates. Like, the entire NBA hates the Thunder mostly because of the way SGA plays.
Mhm.
Is this the most unwatchable the NBA has ever been?
Yes. Bar none.
It's going to get worse because
Yeah, it's gonna
Wemby
get much worse.
Wemby continues to get better, and he's an automatic cheat code, and it's going to be him and SGA for the next 5+ years in
Mhm.
the Western Conference Finals, unless Anthony Edwards gets even better than what he is. That's it. I mean, it
Well,
sucks.
he's gonna start wiggling up to the east now because
And the
You've
thing
got
that
to.
I saw was every game seemed to be a 20 or 30 point blowout. There's like
Yeah.
no close games.
Yeah, and it sucks too. And Seth was giving me crap in our other group chat about me trying to back up the Lakers, but I was more sarcastic on my end. It does suck that Luka gets an 8-week injury before the playoffs start, and you miss the leading scorer in the entire league. And pairing him with LeBron in the playoffs would have been awesome to watch against Oklahoma City, but instead, you lose 33 points a game and get swept by the Thunder. So.
Yeah. All right. Last thing I got is I have a rookie draft on Saturday night. I'm very, very excited. I have the 3rd pick, the 6th pick, and the 8th pick. Do I take Nando in this with the 6th pick and Cooper in the 8th with the 8th pick?
Who's your quarterback currently?
So it's a dynasty league, right? So I have Baker Mayfield and Tyler Shuck.
Oh yeah,
Tyler
I'd take him
Shuck.
at 6 if he's available.
Take him at 6.
Baker's a
Yep.
good fantasy quarterback though, isn't
For
he?
maybe 1 or 2 more years tops for a dynasty
Okay.
though.
Yeah.
I like Tyler
Oh.
Shuck a lot.
I don't.
He was
He's-
QB 6 from week 12 on.
He's
And
28 years
he's
don't
old.
need
been
to talk
playing
about it.
really well.
I'm also definitely taking Kalon Black in the 3rd round. There's no way.
Whoa.
There's no way CMC plays a whole season again. It's like statistically, like if you put the usage CMC does, the history of players that have had that.
This is his
never
injury
com-
year. Yep.
This is his injury year. So Kalon Black definitely drafting. I don't just like the way it's falling out. I don't think like Surratt's being way overvalued. So I don't think I wind up with Surratt. But I would love it. I'd love, and everyone in my league's gonna make fun of me if I draft 3 IU guys.
But
it is-
do they scout that against you? Do they try to like steal some IU guys right ahead of you because they think you're going to anticipate that pick?
So only Nando, right? So there's a guy drafting 7th who I don't know if you guys have followed, probably not because you're not doing it. There's like a steep cliff after like 5 or 6 because this draft was so bad. That the guy in 7th is like, we're 100% taking Nando at 7. Like if you don't take Nando at 6, we will 100%. And it's actually not even a bad, like Nando's ranked anywhere in that like 8th through 10th in fantasy for rookies. So like 7th isn't even that much of a reach. So in that case, yes.
But then he's putting the burner on you to make sure you take him at 6. So forcing him up even further. I do like that move from him. Good for him.
Yes.
Or is he fluffing you? He
Right.
could
Well,
be
that's
fluffing
that's
you.
He
Doesn't matter.
He is Dak and Drake May.
Oh, so he doesn't even need him.
Doesn't even need him.
Oh, I hope he's fluffing you. Oh, call him on it. Let's see how it goes. See if you can get him at 8.
I cannot miss out on it. I can't. I absolutely
Take
cannot. do
Cooper at 6 and Nando at 8. That'd
Come
be
on,
awesome.
That would be-
pull
that
a
would be
Kevin
ideal.
Pritchard. Let's do
it.
it.
That would be a reach on Cooper. I'd probably take Concepcion at 6.
Yeah. I think
Gadget
he'll
guy.
but he'll get more usage this year, I think.
Yeah, probably. I mean, what's Cooper slot in W2, right?
Yeah.
Wide receiver
Yeah.
2.
I think he's better. I think he's better than Garrett Wilson. But
Oh, you're talking to one of the
Oh.
biggest Garrett Wilson
Oh.
lovers ever on the podcast and stuff.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
He loves Garrett Wilson.
all right, let's get through the sack and stump the Seth because
All right.
my wife
Yeah.
is staring at me to go get the kids.
All right, 2 things real quick. So you were talking NBA playoffs. I tried to watch some of it the other day. It is absolutely unwatchable. NHL playoffs were still pretty damn good, but it got me
Blowouts
thinking.
there too, though.
Well, yeah, a couple of them. Except for Colorado, that was a good comeback. Well, I mean,
Yeah, that was
Broke-
incredible. McKinnon
broke
with
Garrett's
a minute and
heart,
a half to
but-
go. What a play.
but the which pro sport of the major 4 at least, and I'd probably say of the top 3 because I don't think the NHL's really changed all that much except for how much I hate Southern hockey. The Mason-Dixon line exists for a reason.
Whoa!
Jesus.
It's to keep hockey out, right?
Okay. All right.
Wow, that was a hockey joke. That wasn't a.
Okay. All right.
Keep going.
What pro sport has changed the most since we were kids? Like
The NBA. The NBA. Not even close. didn't the Knicks score 81 points in the first half the other day? Like,
Yeah.
they used to score 81. They would struggle to score 81 points in a game.
And they have play-in games now, which are really, there's like a play-in tournament, which is really stupid.
LeBron won that.
All right. The other thing I had in my sack tonight is I wanted to give a shout out to Patrick Mallory. That name ring a bell to either one of you guys?
Nope.
No.
Head football and track coach at Lawrence North, which
Nice.
I would start to claim might be wide receiver high school, if that's a thing at this point. I was pulling up some of the stats here. He took over a dog doo-doo program, took a while to get things going, is now producing high-end Division I wide receivers. The first two already establishing with the makings of a direct-to-IU pipeline. With Omar, he was an 88 rating, 3-star, 14th in Indiana, 80th wide receiver overall, ended up being a first-round pick. Davion Chandler, who we're starting to see some signs of growth from, was also an 88, was also a 3-star, was 12th in Indiana, 102nd wide receiver, and now Manchin Sales, who's a 98, a 5-star, 1 in Indiana, 1 receiver, and 7 nationally. All of that based off of 247. So Patrick Mallory doing really nice things at Lawrence North, producing top-end wide receivers.
Oh, for sure. I agree.
Lawrence
Are you
North.
ready? Are you ready for the world premiere of Stump the Seth?
I'm nervous.
I want to
now.
know.
I've gotta-
I already stumped him today. I already stumped him.
Yes.
He's already been stumped.
I'm
You got so
stumpable.
mad.
It's not like I'm in. Okay.
We got to do this fast because I got to take my
Mhm.
kid to track practice. All right, here we go.
Okay, runner.
Which of the big 4 NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, which logo? Actually, we'll stick with just. I'll help you.
Oh my
Stick
God.
with just the NHL. Which logo in the NHL has the most colors?
Ooh.
You've got. I'll give you.
I'll go with
1
the
minute.
Vegas Knights.
No,
They have like
Minnesota
4.
Wild.
no.
Sasha's
You got
got a guess.
Blue
40
Jackets.
seconds. No,
Panthers.
no.
That was
No idea.
Sasha's guess. That was Sasha's. Hurricanes. No.
The Rashers? No, they don't exist anymore.
No, they don't exist.
I said the
You've
Wild.
got-
Predators.
The Wild have like 4 in their logo.
25
alone.
seconds. No, not the Predators.
Is it the Hawks?
There's no Hawks. There's the Blackhawks. And
No,
if you guess the
I don't
Blackhawks,
recognize that team.
that would be correct. They have
Because they have
8.
the green and
colors.
oh God.
They have tan gold,
Yes.
right? Red, white, black, yellow, green, navy, which
I
snuck
forgot
in
about
on me,
Navy.
and orange.
Yeah.
Good
And if those
question.
counting at
I'm-
home,
I'm gonna
tan,
keep-
tan
I'm
gold,
gonna keep my
tan gold
mouth
is
shut
one
now.
color. I don't know what to sit there. So
I
yeah,
feel
there you go.
I feel very triggered and baited right now.
You should. Sorry for saying the full thing. I know that hurts you. That's it. Until next time when we do random things. Cheers.
Bye.
They're the Hawks in my house.
Oh my God.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.